Hello everyone, my name is Shonda and welcome to my channel Under the Needle. So I'm here today with an unboxing. We finally have a sew sampler. This is the November sew sampler. Due to supply chain issues, everything has been delayed and our November sew sampler is now here on the last day of January. So I'm going to open this up. I don't know what we're getting. So let's see. I'm so happy. I miss my sew sampler. You know, it's like a little gift to myself every month. You know, all shiny and new and a surprise. So it says sew sampler, shine bright, November 2021. Now, of course, in here there's always a coupon. On the back here there's a coupon. So for now, this expires. I'm sure they're going to extend the coupon. I'm certain of it, because this coupon expires January 20th of 2022, which of course occurred already. That date passed before we even got the box. So clearly that's not going to work, but I don't think I need any of this anyway. This month we have 25% off needles and pins. And we have 25% off any Gypsy Quilter items that you might want to purchase. 25% off is nothing to sneeze at. Okay, and then of course there's some interesting things in here. And of course we've got our block of the month. I'll go ahead and pop that out. So this month, well, we've got block number 8 from the Bright Side Quilt Along with Sherry McConnell. I have not been doing this sew along because I just have other things that I want to do instead. But this is what the block looks like. That little block up there. Let me get it a little better here. But that's what the block looks like. So I don't even think I'm keeping the cards at this point. I think I've kept some cards. I've thrown away some other cards. I don't know. With all the, I just haven't wanted to do this particular quilt along. So, okay, I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. It's been a while. I haven't had a sew sampler since October. Apparently I've forgotten how to unbox them. All right, so let's see what we're getting this month. Okay, so some interesting things here. So here we have Nailed It Open Thimbles. So protect your fingers from needle pokes with these comfortable silicone thimbles. I don't really do any English paper piecing. I don't do any hand sewing generally. So even if I'm going to darn a sock, I don't even do that anymore. I'll just throw the sock away. I have not darned a sock in quite some time. It's one of the skills that I learned from my grandmother. She used to use some kind of like tennis ball or handball ball or whatever, and or a baseball, and you know, put it in the sock with the sock inside out, and you know, whip stitch it up, right? But I have not done that in quite some time. At this point, you know, if I have a hole in the sock, I'm just gonna throw the sock away. Times have changed. So I'm not sure what if I'll have a use for these. These are going to go in my notions box. And either I'll try them in the future, or they'll be part of a giveaway. Who knows? Now this is something that I have wanted. So this is a seam ripper. So this is the Riley Blake seam ripper. I've seen these by other brands and other people. But basically, it kind of fits on your finger, sort of, while you're doing it. So you kind of, if you can, that's really not coming in very clear. Let me see if I can get it out of the package. I tend to stick with my little Clover seam rippers. I've tried 10,000 different seam rippers. Well, not 10,000, but probably 10, right? Tried some different seam rippers. And I tend to come back to the basic Clover, you know, the one that's kind of like black and white. That's kind of, it's like $6 or something. It's kind of my go-to. I have other ones that I tried to see if they would be better, and I always find myself coming back to the Clover one. I have 2 of them, and that's pretty much what I use exclusively. My other seam rippers don't really get a lot of action. Okay, let's see if I can get this right. So, yeah. So basically it just fits on your finger like this, and then you can kind of, you know, unpick. I wanted to try this. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see if I end up liking it better than my Clover. Probably not. This might be for something I might use for like a longer seam, just for comfort. Maybe. I don't know. I have to try it out. This is completely new to me. I've never tried anything quite like this. I've only tried the pen style seam ripper, but I've always wanted to try these, and now I get to try it without necessarily having to purchase it because it's in my Sew Sampler box. So happy to see that. This is the magnetic pin wand for Gypsy Quilter. Now, I definitely 1000% do not need this. I only use magnetic pin cushions, like exclusively. And one of the reasons why, I mean, I tried it, and I was like, well, this is great. Because the best thing about it is that when your pins fall, you literally just turn it upside down, put it over your pins, it scoops them all up, and you're good. So this is good for those of you who do not like magnetic pin cushions, but want to be able to, I'm not even going to open it because I know I'm going to give this away. Because I don't even need to take this out the package. Because that's exactly what this does. Your pins, your needles, they fall on the floor, and you take this and you wave it over your pins, and it picks them up. But I have one large magnetic pin cushion, or pin holder, I guess you should call it. And then I have another one that's kind of like a bowl. I don't use that one too much. And then I have 3 smaller ones. So I use them exclusively. So it's much easier for me to use one of those magnetic pin cushions to pick up my pins, because then once the pins are picked up, they're already in the pin cushion and I'm done, as opposed to this. I'll have to, you know, wandy over the pins, then take the pins off and put them in the pin cushion, and that would be counterproductive, right? But that would make no sense. So this is definitely going to be in a giveaway at some point in the future, because I definitely 1000% do not need this, but I think that this is a great addition to the box. I really do, because a lot of people like their normal pin cushions, the little softy ones. Just not for me. And then we have our pattern this month. I actually really like this one. This is the Shooting Stars quilt pattern. It finishes by 52. It finishes at 52.5 by 52.5. This is really nice. So in order to make this, you need a petite jelly roll, which is half of a regular jelly roll, which is 20 strips. 3 yards of background and border, and 5/8 yard for binding. This is cute. Oh. I like, okay. I like how this block goes together too. And so last but not least, our fabric. This is the Love Lily collection by, looks like April Rosenthal for Moda. Pretty sure that's her face. Oh yeah, April. I can only see like her name is kind of, you can't see the whole name, but I'm like, oh, that's April Rosenthal. And then yeah, I can see her name really, really tiny up here. You guys can't see that, but that's what we're getting. So I'm gonna open this up because why not? I'm not familiar with this line at all, actually. Probably because it hasn't come out, apparently. If they didn't have this, I'm assuming that the line was late getting released. Or maybe it's just that they had these mini jelly rolls made specifically for them by Moda, and maybe that was the delay. So I don't know if the whole line was delayed, or if Moda made these small jelly rolls specifically for Fat Quarter Shop, and that was why that was the delay. That I'm not sure about. But I am not familiar with this line. It's cute. It's very Moda. It's very April Rosenthal. Of course, since it's a petite jelly roll, so we have 18 strips in here. So slightly less than half a jelly roll, because half a jelly roll would of course be 20. This has 18. So of course, by it only being 18 strips, the cool thing is you only have one of each. So this would be cool because there are some patterns out there, quite a few, that don't use a whole jelly roll. So this would be great for that type of thing. There are some patterns that, you know, they literally only use like 12 strips, 15 strips. A lot of patterns use 20 strips. This has 18. But these look like pretty easy colors to kind of, since it's like every color, you can pretty much pull almost anything from your stash and get it to coordinate. Because we literally, you've got the blue, you've got the red, you've got pink, you've got white, you've got purple. It is a Moda purple, so it is a little different than other purples. I have noticed that like when Moda purples tend to be a little different than other people's purples. They're I can't explain it. They're just a little different. Like when I look at Sherry and Chelsea's lines, they designed for Moda. Their purple is a little different. It just is. And then we even have some orange in here. There's green, yellow. So you can really, and then we even have the turquoise or the teal blue. So you can really pretty much, if you did have a pattern that didn't use a full jelly roll, but it needed more than 18, it would be pretty, I think it would be pretty easy to find something in your stash to be able to make it work in. I mean, like, I could take, this is my Goodies Color Club subscription. Look at that. I could take one of these strips. I mean, I think this is a pretty handy one to have, because a lot of times I'll see a pattern that doesn't use the full jelly roll, and I'll kind of bypass it because I just don't like to deal with a lot of leftovers, right? And so I can always sew the remaining strips together and use them in a pieced back. I can always do that, but generally I'll just be like, I'll just save that one. I mean, I might still like the pattern, but I'll just be like, I'll save that for a pattern where I can use the whole jelly roll, just because I have like fabric plethora here. And so I really don't mind. I really kind of want a project that's going to use a good bit of it up, as long as it's not like extra wasteful, right? So again, I think I said in one of my other videos, if you're asking me for 15 yards of fabric to make just the top and the binding of a twin size quilt, you're asking for too much. That's too much. But I don't mind taking, you know, a full jelly roll and then, you know, a couple yards of background. That's like 5.5 yards, right? So yeah, I like this. This probably isn't my favorite line. Looking at it, like I said, I'm not familiar with it. I haven't seen the full line kind of laid out, but just looking at it, it's very Riley Blake, very Moda, very, you know, floral, you know, the cute little prints. It's very much that. It's very much that. I have some of April's, one of the other lines she did, I think it was in 2020, Homestead. It's very reminiscent of Homestead for me. It's got more color in it, but the style of the prints, even the shape of the flowers is very Moda for me. Like when I look at like if I didn't see April Rosenthal on there, this could have easily also been Lela Boutique for me. Like I wouldn't have been able to, sometimes you can look at fabric and be like, that looks like something that this particular designer would do. And that's kind of the good and the bad about Moda, which is why I kind of stray away from traditional fabrics, is because in order to have cohesiveness between lines, there's a lot of similarities, right? And it's a good thing, but it's also not a good thing depending on how you look at it. Like, it's kind of good to be able to like go back and combine lines, but it also gives you a lack, that consistency gives you a lack of diversity. And so that's why I kind of like, that's why my subscription boxes are set up in the way that they are. I have Sew Sampler by Fat Quarter Shop that is very traditional. And then I have Stashin' with Stephanie that's very modern. And then there's Open Gate Quilt, which is very much project based. And then we have Gudrun's Color Club, which is basically blenders that I can blend with any collection in any project. So, you know, there's a method to my madness, I guess. There's some thought behind there. But so yeah, that's what we've got for today. We've got 18 2.5-inch jelly roll strips from the line Love Lily by April Rosenthal for Moda. We have the pattern that goes with that, Shooting Stars. We have all the print fabric that we need. We just need binding and background. We have this these thimbles. They're open thimbles. And you apparently can use them on your ring finger, index finger, or middle finger. And it does not mess up your fingernail. So I guess that's the point of it, right? Because the normal thimble covers everything. So your fingernail is kind of like, especially if you have some nails. I normally don't. I just glued these on today. So if you have fingernails, which I normally don't, and you put a thimble on, you know, it can't go all the way down to cover the pad of your finger because of the fingernail. So this would prevent that. I don't see me using these. I really don't. I cannot tell you the last time I used a thimble. Yeah, I can't tell you the last time I used the thimble. I could see there sometimes you have to hand sew something closed. Not always. We generally just top stitch all the way around it, because at least that's what I do, because I'm lazy and I don't want to have to hand sew. But every once in a while it happens and I might have to hand sew something. Maybe this will come in handy. I don't know. I don't know. For now, it's going to go back in the notions box for stuff that I don't think that I'm going to need, and then I'm going to give away at some point. And then we have this magnetic pin wand from the Gypsy Quilter that we can use to wave over our pins and needles that fall on the floor, or maybe fall on the table, or fall on our sewing table. Pick them all up and do with them what we need to do with them. This is also going to go in the notions box for me. Doesn't quite fit. I'm going to need a bigger notions box. It's not fitting in there. And then we have our seam ripper. This Riley Blake designed Cindy's seam ripper. The best little unpicker is what they say. And I do like that there's like an indentation here for your thumb. And then there's like another indentation here for your ring finger, or whatever finger you're going to put up there. I don't even know how to use this now. There we go. So whatever you want, however you want to use it. To me, it feels more comfortable like this on the ring finger. Is that how we're supposed to do this? No. Oh, no, so you can do each way. Okay. So you choose which feels more comfortable to you. For me, this feels more comfortable to have it like right here, and then rest my thumb here. But then you can also put it on your middle finger and put this finger here. That feels weird to me. But it can go this way as well. I don't think I'll be doing that. That feels strange for me. But the picture on the back does show it being worn and how to wear it on either your ring finger, your pointer finger, or your middle finger. So that's today's box. Let me look here to see if I missed any information. Oh, that's the wrong thing there. That is such a... Yeah. Yep, so that's everything. That is everything. This seam ripper thing does come in different sizes, so there's that as well. So, I don't know. It says it's supposed to lessen hand fatigue. I don't do a whole lot of seam ripping. So, I mean, yes, of course we have to rip seams, but I don't normally care about perfect points. Something has to be really off for me to rip it out. I usually just don't. Which is why I choose patterns that allow me the flexibility to do that. Because I don't want to have to do a lot of unsewing. I don't want to have to do a lot of seam ripping. I just don't. That's just not where I'm at. So anyway, that's it for me. I'm talking too much. Glad the Sew Sampler is back. Looks like we're supposed to be getting, and I think we might get, I think we're going to get December and January's box in February. And February's box in March. Yeah, I believe. If I'm up to date on the communications, I think that's how it's going to go. So, I'm kind of happy about that because tomorrow starts February 1st. February is a rough month for me, and I'm going to make another video about that and let you know why. But happy quilting, and I will see you next video.